The key to creation is sound. So if you look at nature and the vibratory resonance with each aspect, it aligns with different elements: air, water, fire, earth, ether. They correspond with your body. So if you're trying to heal something, something so subtle like that, Crows are serious. They have a photographic memory. You do something to them, they're gonna remember you. Also, they're, you know, very communal. So if one passes away, it's they come from all over the place. And so when they get together in groups like that and they start cawing, the power of that, the magnetism, it's incredible. It has to resonate, like a life threatening situation if you're going to do this with that particular scenario, because what they're doing naturally is grieving, right? But it's for us to be able to use the sound to heal the grief within us that is buried in our subconscious bodies or other elements. So beneath the surface that a lot of people don't even know they're there. But when you have a physical manifestation of an illness, that's like the last thing. It starts as in the mental body, and then in the emotional body, and then the physical body. And it's not saying it's unhealable, but it's kind of like all the times you heard a crow and you thought nothing of it. Our minds and our emotional bodies crow at us all the time and let us know things are off balance energetically. But then when they manifest as cancer or some type of disease, that just basically makes you feel powerless. It's always an opportunity to see that your body heals itself. Always, it's already attuned to that. However, if we're disconnected to our immediate environment, so much so that we are desensitized by the healing frequencies of nature and how to utilize them, then I understand why healthcare was $1 billion business. But as I have been through my own journey, and it's like a living practice. I incorporate these things in my day to day routine and found that really I was watching a YouTube program and then a commercial came on for St. Jude. And I usually, it takes a lot to move me one way or the other. But, because I see the huge picture. However, I was feeling like, oh, you know, this makes no sense. Like the commercial was all good and it's good that they don't have to ask for help where they're there. But then, of course, their child had brain cancer at 3 and all these things. But I know that those are just words, and their diagnosis, but the core is the imbalance in energy, and babies are super susceptible from 0 to 7 to energy in their field. That's why my other channel, Voices of the Wounded Womb, focused on um, the generational trauma that was naturally being transferred from the womb, mother to child, um, and how to work with that energy to break that curse. And because it's not just the womb having human babies, but you know, how do we birth a new creation into existence? It's the same thing through the heart space. And I just know that I just know. I just know that there's no need, no need anymore to be paying healthcare bills or to even be having that in existence. That you know, um, these were labels that hold a lot of energetic power over a lot of people. What's empowering is that all these things I healed um, naturally. Utilizing what I had. I used the music on the radio. Like at first, when I started um, to evoke an emotional response. Because stuck energy you can't go anywhere, but energy is always in motion. That's what it. That's why when we're harnessing it, we take what we need and then give the rest back to the universe so that it can keep on circulating, and then we can call it back when we wish to create something different. But I didn't realize that naturally I was a sponge, and a lot of adults um, all my life, actually. I didn't realize that. I didn't know anything about energy or anything, I tuned it off, but made me the prime candidate. An angel, animals, like, it's just different. It's different because I do know. I have been to St. Jude, and I'm grateful that they had resources like that for people, however, that's obsolete. Like every soul comes here with a purpose and to learn lessons, but babies, they automatically raise conscious vibratory frequency just by being born. Like, so from 0 to 7, they already are influencing the environment around them, like, the physical environment. And so, you know, um, as adults, would grow older, they would become disconnected. So a lot of times they would harness animals and baby energy. And then how can you turn nothing into something with no imagination? But it's like, you know, when your soul knows you're here for a purpose and you keep repressing it because, you know, it's too much for whoever you're around as a child, that's the cause. So when we are as a whole,
Hello. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, thanks for asking.
when we're able to not only have people who have used these things in real life you know, who we know and trust. But if there's plans in place that are implemented to nurture these children, because that's why humanity was not evolving, because you can only evolve up to your weakest link, because it's universal energy. It's like, as a collective, like, children are not able to vibrate at their highest frequency naturally, which is unconditional love and Christ consciousness, like naturally, like harmonized. Like, so then it was throwing a lot of things out of balance, and with just as quick, like that took a long time to get like that, but just as quick, like the opposite occurred, in an accelerated period of time. So now, like, nature is already harmonized with, the cosmic and the earth planetary grid system. So that way there can be no shift in energy that is so detrimental that it would kill off a whole race of people. And so that's why now is the prime time to be able to go inside for the answers, because there's only one universal mind and everybody has access to it. We never were disconnected. That's where everybody's power lies, within their self. Children know that. But instead of a St. Jude, maybe they'll have something like Rhythmia, but for children. If you don't know what that is, it's a wonderful retreat and wellness center, globally recognized. But we're all equal, all creation, all energy. So no one is more worthy than the other. But I feel like that is like preventative care. That is, when there are avenues for these star children and, sun seeds to grow and develop into their energetic and spiritual gifts and abilities, then they need a place where they can be safe to do that. There can be growth and them, shifting into their own regulatory system, as far as with energetically, you know, um, imbalanced things, in the mental and the emotional and the physical bodies. So therefore, they're working with nature is natural. My grandma knew I was different, but we always walked around the Mississippi River and the water, the nature. Um, it's like if you could tune out of your mind for even 3 seconds, that shift is like so much more powerful than 30 years of the opposite direction. So with focused intent, and the whole universe conspiring for the betterment of all life.